Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to talk getting started with Warhammer 40k, and today we're going to take a look at the Orks, those giant fungus monsters that rage across the galaxy. But we're going to look at a rather cool part of the Ork army, and we're going to look at how to get started with a Beast Snaggas army. In this video we're going to talk about what exactly Beast Snaggas are, what they sort of do for Orks. We'll then look at some units we can start off our Beast Snaggas collection with before moving on to other units we can use to expand upon those initial purchases, and finally finish off the video with a little sample 1000 point army list for you to use as some inspiration for creating your own army list. And so, let's talk a little bit about Beast Snaggas. Now, they are not in themselves a particular clan or, I guess, something equating to a chapter within the army. They're usable in any type of Ork army you want to do. However, they are a sub-faction, so they're a type of Ork model you have available to. They generally have a bunch of keywords and stuff like that that all link them together. So while you can mix these freely with other regular Orks, they definitely do get benefits from being played all together. And in today's video, we are going to look at an army of them fighting all together. They are pretty much savage Orks. They're more sort of, I guess, feral Orks, more barbaric, more, I guess, less technologically advanced. That's not to say they don't have guns. They certainly have guns and all of that. They're just much more, I guess, to their primal nature rather than the sort of techie nature that other Orks can take. As you would expect from something that is called the Beast Snaggas, they are close combat specialists. A lot of their stuff focuses heavily on close combat, and they also have a really cool squig focus to them, which is one of the biggest attractions for the army, is having access to squigs, because everyone loves squigs. The giant mouths with legs, they are amazing. So with that all said, let's have a look at where we can begin with this army. And so, to begin this army, you can definitely look at either of the Beast Boss variations, either the Beast Boss on foot or the Beast Boss on Squigosaur, but I don't think there's anything that's quite going to get you enthused for this army like a Beast Boss on Squigosaur. This is a fantastic HQ option that absolutely packs a punch. 2+ on weapon skill, movement 10, strength 6, toughness 7, 9 wounds, 5 attacks, and a 4-up save makes this a really powerful piece. The Beast Chopper is -2 strength, -2 AP, rather, damage 2, and each time it fights it makes an additional attack. And then the Squigosaur's Jaws, strength 7, -3 AP, damage 3, and each time the bearer fights it makes an additional 3 attacks with this weapon, and no more than 3 attacks can be made with this weapon. So you get this on top of the Beast Boss on top, which is really, really cool. On top of that, you can have a thump gun as well for a little bit of extra shooting. This is just a really cool model. He's also going to put out the Beast Boss Aura, where he can select a Beast Snagga core or Beast Snagga character within 6 inch and add one to their hit rolls, which is really nice. Beast Snagga as well, just because this is what we get for being Beast Snaggas, he's going to have a 6-up invulnerable save, and this is just going to be a thing for every model in the army. And if they're ever targeting vehicles or monsters, they get +1 to hit. Really, really cool stuff there. Now, to go along with him, Beast Snagga boys are the way to go. They are your Ork boys, but Beast Snagga versions of them. They are going to have choppers, which are -1 AP, damage 1, and they get an extra attack swinging with them. Pretty much Orkish chainswords. You've got a power snapper on the boss there, which is going to be +2 strength, -2 AP, damage 2. And you can also equip one of the models in there every 10 with a thump gun, which is assault D3, strength 6, -1 AP, damage D3 blast weapon. Pretty cool little piece to add into the unit. I really do like the thump gun in there. Now, they are pretty cool. Ork boys, as you would expect, strength and toughness 5 is really nice on them. 2 attacks apiece, so getting extra attacks from those choppers is really solid. These guys are just going to put out a decent amount of fight in close combat, just thanks to being Orks. They're pretty good in close combat standard. But where can we look for some other things to add to the army? And first of all, I want to talk about something interesting with the Beast Snaggas, and that is Zodgrod Wart Snagga. He, for me, is one of the coolest pieces in the Beast Snaggas. Now, he is, first of all, a Beast Snagga model, so he's going to get all of that, but then he's got the Squig Stopper, where at the start of the fight phase you can select an enemy monster within 6 inch of him and roll a dice. On a 2+, that unit is not eligible to fight in that phase until all other eligible units from your army have fought. He's also got another cool ability called Super Runts. He is effectively the master of Gretchen. At the start of the first battle round, you select one Gretchen core unit from your army to be Zodgrod Super Runts. Each time a model unit makes attack, add 1 to that hit roll, and that unit can shoot while performing an action without that action failing. So a really cool ability, just to get a unit that's versatile on the table. Gretchen themselves aren't anything to write home about. They have weapon skill 5+ and ballistic skill 4+, though going down to 4s and 3s, thanks to Zodgrod. Strength 2, toughness 3, 1 wound, 1 attack, leadership 4, and a 7+ save, so they're not going to get a save against most things. The pistols are just the Grot Blasters at 12-inch range, pistol 1, strength 3, no AP, damage 1. But, you know, the ability for them to contribute this 12-inch range shooting while completing actions, I don't think is anything to sort of sniff at. They can be a really fun unit to use on the tabletop and something really useful that can contribute while completing actions. They're also dirt cheap at 50 points for 10, so you can get a real cheap unit of these Grots on the table, available to use as some objective grabbers, completing some actions for you at a really cheap cost. And so the next unit we want to talk about is going to be the Squighog Boys. Now, inside that box set, you do get a Bomb Squig in there as well, pictured in the middle, and you also get the Knob on Basher Squig as well. But we're going to talk about the Squighog Boys. So first of all, they actually have 2 Rhinos. You've got the Saddle Gear in there with its strength 3, -1 AP, damage 1 attack. And then you've also got the Squighog putting out 2 attacks at strength 6, -1 AP, damage 2, along with the stickers from the actual Beast Boys on top at user strength -2 AP, damage 2. So you've got some really cool abilities on them. They're punching out a ton of different attacks. Toughness 6, 3 wounds apiece is going to make them really hard to put down. Large units of these guys, especially with the movement, tend to be really fun to play around with. Lastly, we have the Kill Rig. So the Kill Rig is a Psyker and can actually be a Warlord for your Orc army as well. It's a heavy support slot though. So it's got some really cool abilities it can take. First of all, it's just got a ton of different power coming out of that. You've got the Whir Tower, which is an Assault 1, Strength 9, -3 AP, damage D6 weapon. And each time this weapon is selected to shoot, if the bearer successfully manifested a psychic power this turn, change its type to Assault D3. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, the attack automatically hits the target as well. You've got the Sticker Cannon at the front there for a Strength 8, Heavy 1, -2 AP, damage 3 weapon. And then you've got a ton of different close combat attacks. Now, when you make this model your Warlord, you're going to get a really cool Warlord trait called Beast Gob. When a friendly clan Squig unit is within 6 inches of this Warlord, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack with Squighog Jaws, Smasher Squig Jaws, or Squigosaur's Jaws, add 1 to that attack's damage characteristic. So this you can really start punching up the power of those Squighog Boy units you have in the army. With all of that said, let's take a look at a little sample army list we've put together for this and talk about it all there. And so here we have our sample army list for the Beast Snaggas for you. Now we've gone for a patrol detachment. Our Warlord is in the detachment. This means we're not paying any CP for the detachment. So we'll get our full 6 CP for a 1,000 point game. Now, let's start with our HQ options. And first of all, let's talk as well about the clan culture we've gone with, which is Snake Bites. Each time an attack is made against a unit with this culture, unless that attack has a strength characteristic of 8 or more, an unmodified wound roll of 1 to 3 for that attack fails, irrespective of any ability the weapon or the model making the attack may have. Also, each time a Squig model with this culture makes a melee attack, if that model's unit made a charge move, performed a heroic intervention, add 1 to the attack's wound roll. Really nice sort of benefit there for all the Squigs that we're going to be taking. Now, we are taking HQ options. We've got the Beast Boss on Squigosaur there. He's got the Thump Gun attached to him, just to give him a little bit of extra shooting, provide some extra stuff. But other than that, he's not got anything else on him. We've then got Zodgrod Wartsnagger in there as well. A fantastic piece to add, especially because we're going to have a unit of Gretchen in there, nice and cheap, 20 Gretchen, as one of our troops choices, which are obviously going to be made into his Super Grots. And then we've got a unit of 10 Beast Snagger Boys in there as well. Just minimal sort of points in those troops, so we can spend them all in the fast attack options. 2 units of Squighog Boys, both of them with 6 models in the units. So these units here are just going to punch out so much damage. They're going to have so many attacks. They're going to be the reasons we're going to be trying to get all the buffs on them. We've got our Kill Rig here, which is really the big buff piece for the army. Now, he's gone with, first of all, this is our Warlord, so we're going to get that Beast Gob ability to get the extra damage on all of our Squigs around it, which is really nice. And then we're also going to give it a nice little relic as well, which is going to be the Scorched Git Bones, where you can put this on a Psyker, which the kill rig is. Each time the bearer attempts to manifest a Witchfire psychic power, add 1 to the psychic test, but each time the wearer would lose a wound as a result of suffering perils of the warp, roll a d6 on a 4+, that wound is not lost. Now, we don't have any Witchfire powers on this model, but I do think the ability to sort of stop perils of the warp doing damage to you is really nice. You can definitely go with some other things if you want. Potentially put something on that Beastbogger Squigosaur, but this piece really wants to stay alive, so you really want to nullify any chance it can hurt itself. For psychic powers, we've gone with the Roar of Mork. Select one enemy unit within an 18-inch visible to the Psyker. Until the start of your next psychic phase, subtract 2 from a chance and charge rolls for that unit. This is really important. This means we're going to be getting the charge. This is what this psychic power is in there for. It's going to stop our opponent's units charging, hopefully, and getting the charge on us, so we can get the charge on them, getting all of our benefits. We then also have Spirit of Gork, which is a blessing, and you can put it on a friendly squig unit within 12-inch. Each time this unit fights, you can make an additional attack with each boss chopper's, effectively any squig jaw attacks. And each time a model that unit makes an attack with any of its squig, on an unmodified wound roll of a 6, the attack inflicts a mortal wound in addition to any other damage. So, pretty cool. You're getting extra attacks on there, and you're also getting some mortal wounds pumping out of them. Really good on those bigger units of 6 squig hog boys. All in all, this is just going to be a really fun orc army to push across the table, have a giant pile of squigs that go in and smash stuff. Meanwhile, Zodgrod at Wartsnagger and the Beast Snagger boys can be your objective grabbers, while all the squigs pretty much charge up the table and go smash, just like you want squigs to do. If you've been playing with Beast Snagger boys in the edition of Warhammer 40k, let us know how you've been going and what you've been doing down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment down below and let us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, we've got a link to our Discord server down in the video's description. And if you'd like to help support the channel in another way, you can do so either by joining Patreon or YouTube members, or purchasing something from our Ko-fi web store. All of them are linked in the video's description. Thank you all for everyone who chooses to help support the channel. As a special thank you to those people who have supported via Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give a special shout out to them all. So a shout out to our patrons Christian Weir, James, Soren, Greenskins Gaming, AJC, Kenny Lowe, Owler and Shop First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nielsen, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Dynat226, Derek, and GRP390. A special thank you to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Chris Wallace, Ronya, Vinny, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Sean Scott, Pink Nico Fire, and Robin Mankiller as well. Lastly, a special shout out first of all to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel you see, and to Xmorphic, who has done an amazing job at setting up our Discord server for her and making us have a nice place to content and to chat with all of our community. Thank you all for watching once again, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.